Hi, my name is Dan Perino. This is actually part 3 of how I dated 1,000 women in about 3 years. So some things are very strange about men and women and their relationships. One thing is you don't want a girl going out with you just because of the money that you have or uh, money that they want to use to get a free meal. There's ways around that, and right away, if a woman picks out a restaurant to go to and tells you, "I want to go here," um, it's over with. She's just after your hard-earned cash. Do a coffee shop date. A coffee shop date is probably one of the best start off dates. Um, let's say you only have $10 on you. That's more than enough for fries and two coffees. So you get to know each other that way. Um, and try to find beforehand a way out of the date. Uh, if you're going to bring a cell phone, have a special ringtone um, that you could press and make believe that you have something to do to get out of the date. You don't want to spend 6 hours for a whole night uh, with this girl that you just don't want to be with. So find a way out of a date. Um, and other things, little things that she might say is if you're shopping or if you're looking around at stuff and she says, "Oh, I like that one," mentioning a bracelet or a dress or a pair of shoes. She's she's picking the most expensive one. Then forget about it. It's over. Just never call her. That's it. Over. Done deal. This is all on a first date. A good way to meet a woman, I've done this before, is to go to Barnes and Noble bookstore and kind of look around for myself, but kind of look around at the women that are there. There's piles of women there. Women like to read a lot more than men. And well, what I did is I followed this girl, and she was kind of looking at this book for a long, lengthy time, and then she puts it back and walks into the other aisle. Well, go ahead and grab that same book and read the little bit of introduction that it says and about the author and whatever, and go over to her and approach her and say, "Oh, I was gonna buy this book," uh, and you could recite some of what's in the book because you read some of it before you approach her. Know a little bit about the book, and then strike up a conversation with her right there at the bookstore or at the library. But you you're pretty much in. If she's single, if you know how to discuss the book properly, you're gonna have a good in with that kind of girl. Um, I'm not a church going guy, so if that's your thing, you meet a girl in the church, then do that. But another thing you could do is right on the street, especially in the summertime, is if you're standing at a crosswalk waiting to cross and there's a nice looking girl next to you, say, "Oh, I like your shoes," or say, I like your blouse," and then say, the one time I did this one, I said, "You have beautiful hair. Can I take a picture of it?" And she kind of smiled, and her hair wasn't really all that great, I just wanted to take a picture of her because she was beautiful, and I snuck in a picture like that way instead of approaching women, which I have done before, saying, "Can I take a picture of you? Can I take a picture of you?" All of them are going to say no. Um, so that's, you know, not quite the way to go. Uh, and on dating, dating is, you always have to plan the date, as in part two, like I said. So make the date original. Like myself, I belong to Overthrow Boxing Club in New York, and I have a lifetime membership because I'm one of the founders. Is take her out. Don't tell her where you're going. Just I usually just follow my lead, and then so I would take different dates to a boxing ring or club, and I say okay, and I put the gloves on her, and I put my gloves on, and we don't actually fight, but we just kind of play fight. It's something original. It's something that they're not expecting. Um, it's something that they're not expecting. So do that kind of thing. Uh, Canoeing, any hiking, anything but going to a bar or a restaurant on a first date. You're gonna end up like me in the very beginning when I started looking for a girlfriend flyers. I was guilty of renting a limo and bringing them to a dinner and this and that. The best you're going to get out of it is you're going to get laid at the end of the date, and that's it. There's no relationship. Um, so you want to be aware of that. You don't want to sleep with a girl 99% of the time. You don't want to sleep with a girl and base your whole relationship around sex. Um, you have to be good in bed, um, and you have to be financially secure to get just about any woman that you want. Um, Hang out where models hang out if that's what you're into. There's always these little trendy places, coffee shops that they hang out. And just use your own imagination. Something happens and spontaneously. Some girl drops her napkin on the floor and just jump right up and pick it up for her and start a conversation. Hi, my name is Dan. Um, Dude, what's your name? And do it that way, as opposed to going to a bar or a restaurant on the first, or especially the movies on a first date. If you do that, let's go see this movie. There's no conversation for an hour and a half. Um, if you lead up to going to a movie, let's say on the end of the first date, that's the last thing that you do on the first date. You might be able to put your arm around her. You might be able to hold her hand. If she responds back to you, you know that you've got something special. So then you could take it on to the next step. And keeping the date. It's pretty easy to pick up a girl and start dating her, but keeping her will be in part number 4 of my series of how to pick up 1,000 women in 3 years. But that's it for now. I just want to tell everybody subscribe to my YouTube. Not that popular yet, but I will be. And also, happy dating. Ciao.